Morning, hope you're doing really well. You can see I've just woken up. I'm off to find an amazing bunker which was known as Monty's bunker, or the area command headquarters, and I'm hoping you can come along with me. Stay tuned, enjoy your history lesson. I'll see you on the other side. Bye for now. In the Surrey Hills lies the most top secret World War II bunker in the whole of this county. To say that even the history of this place is still mostly never been revealed says it all. The bunker, having been built out of a former quarry, was labelled by the locals as Monty's hideout, and its name comes from the fact that General Montgomery would have used this site as a South East Command bunker, directing operations should the worst have happened. It was a job of a unit of the Royal Engineers Tunnelling Company, who specialised in vast tunnel complexes, that they were tasked in the spring of 1941 to begin work on building 5 major underground headquarters for South Eastern Area Command. But what makes this one that we're exploring even more special was on the 18th of August in 1941, the engineer unit, of which most were former Welsh miners, were extending the bunker, not building this one from scratch. And this would suggest that the very bunker actually could have dated even earlier than 1941, with rumours that the site could have been part of a potential World War I emergency government bunker after the area's use as a limeworks. What we do know among the bunker's secret history is that the site is huge, containing around 18,000 square foot of internal space, with the layout being 2 long parallel galleries separated by 12 chambers. And with cover from the quarry, it makes it practically bomb-proof, as well as making it the largest of the 5 bunkers built, with the exception of Dover. The fact remains that with the completion of the extension of the bunker in September of 1941, that even if Monty ever visited the bunker, it would have been short-lived, as he assumed command of the 8th Army in Africa 9 months later in August 1942. Either way, this bunker has gone down from rumour through to myth and legend, but the fact remains that it survives in amazing condition after previously being sealed up in the 1960s. This bunker now is more dangerous than it's ever been, with nature eventually having the final say, and its secrets may, over time, be lost forever. Hi, and welcome to the bunker that, in all essence, shouldn't really exist. One of Surrey's amazing secrets. And the first thing we're greeted with as we walk down the passageway is one of the huge blast doors that you can see. Huge. How thick that is. And then in the distance, there's a generator plinth. Obviously, we're going to come back here. And then you can see it's what you would have walked through, this corridor. And then they're gas seals, I think. Look at that. Crazy. So what we're going to do is we are going to start from the bottom, because it's 2 corridors. So, corridor 1, and then if we drop down, we encounter corridor 2, and in between all these galleries, but already the amount of detail on here is spectacular, really. It's one of the lighting rigs. Wow. So the layout's a little bit deceptive, but we'll try and do our best. In other words, if you see a map of this place, it's not really right. Hey-ho. Well, not exactly right anyway. So we're now still walking down the corridor. We'll have a brief look at these when we sort of get back, but in fact, I might change torches just for a second. Oh. Is that going to work any better? Let's try. Yeah, that's better. Like I said, the amount of stuff that's still in here is actually crazy. I'll turn both on. There you go. Back. Nice little light switch there. A couple of light switches. Still tripping over stuff. Yay, crap graffiti again. That's obviously where all the piping and everything would have gone under the wiring. So again, that's the other corridor that we're going to come through. We're just walking through one side at the moment. Where the kink in the shelter goes. It's quite exciting. Oh, and there's the end wall, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's the end wall there. Whole ventilation unit's been, as you would expect, completely torn to bits. So it just sort of scatters around. Oh wow, that one's been properly destroyed. Really hard to sort of imagine the fact that you're under an incredible amount of chalk. I mean, like, you're literally under a whole hillside. It's really, you can't imagine it really. Now, Rebo. Wow. Huh. Nice. Second time I tripped over.
I'm assuming it's where most of the cabling and I'm assuming generator wise. Let's have a look down. There's nothing to suggest it, but oh, look at that. Oh, amazing. It's properly wet down here though. I can't believe how quickly that's taken us to get from one end to the other. So say if I wasn't talking and stopping, that'd be about 6 minutes. Now it juxed out there, so that's going to be the difficult bit because I ideally want to go through there. But we'll have a look around here first because this. Look at all of that. For some strange reason, somebody's decided they wanted to try and smash through that, but this is literally the rubbish tip area of the site. Wow. Still can't get over the fact that this was demolished at one point and you wouldn't have been able to have got in. It's just, you know, you really can't imagine that this is a total secret, this place, in terms of it's a lost secret. People know that it exists, but they assume that it would have been demolished. Look at that, the wood still clinging on by the wire that's barely rusted. Isn't that just amazing? I always say in my videos, don't I, look up. And the sad thing is, I can't actually give you a huge amount of information on this place. I'm going to have to walk around, that's just way too... I don't really want to destroy any more history. That's a bit worrying. But I did sort of say that nature is going to take this over at some point, and that's beginnings of a fall, a chalkfall. And again, you can see that's quite. I wouldn't say that wasn't too far long ago, because again, we always say how white it is. It doesn't discolour. Obviously, the older it gets, the more it discolours. So the whiter it is, that's when you've got to start worrying, because that's fresh. But yeah, look at this. All the switches. There's a couple of fuses there, fuse boxes, a couple of plugs. Wow. And then look, I think that's to do with the plant room, all that. You'll see that extra ventilation shaft stuff. So peaceful down here. You get the occasional weird noise, but you have to put that down to the fact that it's dripping a lot. It's very moist down here. I've had a lot of rain recently. So what we'll do is we'll head back. We'll try and get into the next gallery and then go back on ourselves. Let's go. Right, so I was thinking about going through this one, which is the first one that we've just seen, but it's always worth coming in here anyway. But it is another load of switches and fuses here. I can't get through to the other side, so I have to walk around again, which is great because it gives us a good excuse to properly check this place out. Like I said, I'm having to do this first person because it just gives you more of a perspective what this place was, almost as if you're walking through it with me and you're looking. I could walk through there actually, but I might just go for another one. It gives more of an excuse. At the end of the day, if I can avoid treading on stuff, breaking stuff, because even though it's getting rotting, it's still history at the end of the day. Apparently it seems to have done a very good job of just tripping over. Oh dear, pick your feet up, Dan. There is just so much stuff in here. That's better, we'll go for this one. There you go. So obviously the signals units would have been using this. Look at that, if you knew how much chalk there was above us. If only you knew. This is our second corridor. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow, these are actually quite clean, but that makes sense because this area is very damp. It's very dry. It doesn't seem to be as damp as the corridor behind. Wow, look. Label because reuse of. I can't read that. Label reuse of. I can't read that. You might be able to figure that out there in YouTube land. So that's where we walk through. Now we're basically just retracing our steps, but on the opposite side of the corridor. So again, it doesn't take us too long. A bit of fresh chalk there. Wow. So we've gone from one fire entrance to the other. So we'll have to go in. Now, wow, look at that. We've got to take a look at this. Oh my God. Little tin can there. Question is, how old is it? Oh wow, look, an old milk bottle. Unigate one. Christ, I remember them. The Unigate's still going? I don't even know. Wow. Oh, look at that. Do you know what? If you sealed that one up, you'd almost think that that was brand new. That light switch. Touching history. Wow. Because regardless of what people thought about the idea of General Montgomery, people really did believe that he'd come down here. Look at these steps. They do believe he actually did come down here. Wow, that's a plinth for a generator, I'm assuming. What size is that? Part of the plant room, I think, maybe. But yeah, I mean, this was this was actually in use. So even though Montgomery didn't or may have come down here, it was still in use. And people were actually using it for operations. We know that. But again, the history is so vague down here. Somebody's left a old tool now. Old cab. Look at this door. Well, should we try and get through? Is it worth it? Is the question, I suppose. Oh bloody hell, I can't. So this would have been one of the first entrances you would have come into. You can see people have been trying to dig through. Wow, look at that grain. Christ, I don't really want to. Wow, look at that. Assuming does it tape around? Probably does, you know. Look at that. Like I said, I'm trying to sort of give you just enough here today. So I'm sure there's going to be bits where people are screaming, going, "You missed that." Not really see the point in carrying on going through there, really. You get the idea. The art of holding a camera and two torches. Still haven't got used to it. I mean, talk about dangerous. Bloody hell, I'm losing weight. I managed to fit through that. Have a little light switch. Right. So there you go. Incredible. Now, we are on our way heading out. Except, we've got a few more things to do. So we should encounter, hopefully, should be encountering another entry point. So that's the one that we did. Did we walk through that one? They look pretty much the same though, don't they? Okay. This is we didn't go in this one, this was the trashed one. Because we know that, because of at the back there. I'm worried at how wet it is in here though. But I guess that's just something we've got to look out for. These places, because it's chalk, it does seem to hold a lot of water will find its way down. But the fact that these places are still here, like I said, this one's buried. This one literally is buried. Look in, like I said, I don't really want to ignore. I don't want people having a go at me saying, "Oh, you missed this." There you go. So again, we walk through there. And I'm assuming this is our other entry point. Oh no, this is the plant room. This is the plant room. Christ. Here we go again. Lift your foot up. Avoid touching anything. This was the hub where all the power, all of the switches were controlled. Look at that. So obviously you've got fuse boxes and main power switches, lines, etc, etc. So you can see that obviously clunk that down and then this would have fed through, and then all of a sudden you'd get power into the actual bunker itself. And it's got to be extensive because it's just massive in here. Look at that. It's almost like a yellowy mustard colour. And these are the bits of newspaper. Rise for state pensions. To gallows, cry at torture trial. I'm reading all the headlines from, I don't actually know what year this is. This is the deep shelters. 16s to register tomorrow. Isn't that just incredible? Search for stars to stay in cup. Cabinet to decide on cartels. Needs rationing after war. Final four in Waterloo Cup. Christ, I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have to do my research on what the Waterloo Cup was. Let me see if I can find a date. I can't. Some of you are screaming out there going, "Oh, it's this date." Oh, hang on, we've got something here. 1944, March the 3rd. Wow. Viral? Boys can take it, can't they, John? How you'll know just what it's like. Now you'll know, sorry. Sheep and Bonds. 1944 country scene. It's beautiful. Not. Double antiseptic skin ointment recommended by doctors. Palm toffee. Sorry, for some of you this might be quite boring. 108 terrorists arrested. I'm sure some of you could probably pause this video and just actually have a proper read. Nazi spy chief called back. Selfridges, ladies' slags. That's amazing. I'm laughing because it's just bloody brilliant, isn't it? Allied barrage tanks turned. Oh, that smell of it, in a weird way, it smells of like a damp newspaper. God, blimey, like I'm just hearing. It's got a really unique smell to it, like damp newspaper. Maybe you've not had damp newspaper before, but it's got that really weird smell to it. There you go, I'm glad I did that. Obviously from the plant room, which means we're in the middle now, or we're in the middle of deep shelter, which means that that's, yep, okay. Oh, so we're just going to walk through. It's our middle entry point. And again, double sealed doors. Look at this concrete. Isn't that just incredible? I don't think I've seen one in this good condition like this. Like I said, the mystery of this place. Like I said, it still won't ever reveal all of its secrets. Look at that. Proper, like hard light latches. Yeah, clunk click. And that eerie thudded noise that it would make. And then the vents. Green paint. I'd like to know if that's original or not. Huge amount of concrete that's sitting on top here with them bricks. Oh look, hello cave spiders. You're a bit busy. Sorry, I've woken you up, haven't I? And your friends. And cave spiders, they love it here, don't they? Look at that. That's an old bike pump. Huh? Oh my god. Now that is an incredible bit of history. I wonder if anybody's seen that before. That is a really old bike pump. Wow. There you go, everybody. We've seen it all in here. Newspapers, old engine rooms, amazing doors, pipe pumps. I'm so pleased that those newspapers were still there, to be honest. I was a bit worried. Right. Let's head for it, come on. Right, okay. So we're walking back through now. '84. Look at that. So, obviously we went through the plant room, came through. Nice little light switch there as well. Still got, I'm assuming that's the baker light that it's encased in, just about. Baker light, cool. That's old school, isn't it? So for those who don't know what Bakelite is, it's really a precursor to, obviously then plastics, modern day plastics, but before that it was sort of Bakelite. It was very fragile. It was basically the equivalent of like, it'd break really easily. But vinyl and everything else was made out of it. People in the comment section are going to go mental. They're going to be like, no, it wasn't, Dad. So we are. I have to change torches in a minute. I feel that they're getting a bit warm. But we'll be alright for the moment, I think. Again, no point going through there because that's where we came through. So quiet in here. It's amazing. Right. So give me a second, because I think one of my torches is slowly getting a bit too warm and it's dying, so I'm just going to change it. That's a bit better, we're back to being a bit brighter. Good thing is we're well over halfway now. The problem is with those high power torches is they get way too warm and then they just sort of drain really quickly. So here we are. Now I've got 2 spot beams. Again, forgive me for my torch choice. And there we are. Practically at the end. Bunkerologists, don't let Britain's bunkers fall into the hands of the evil mushroom growers. There you go. Amazing. So I think we gave it a good try. Like I said, I know we didn't document every single bit, but we did some stuff that I found was really important. And again, it's just the same in each one. Oh. I think what it really is that you know somebody will be coming, because it's quite easy to do what I did and trip over stuff. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh. That's interesting. Is that one I've missed out on? It's a dead end one. Or is it the one that you walk through? Must be you walk through. Yeah, I was going to say. That's okay. I'll see you in a minute. No. We'll walk through there. Good. Wow, look at all that. Gas. Yeah, again, that's the same sort of design. There you go. All this rubble. So it is exactly what they said it is. It's 2 corridors, one here and then the one on the opposite side, interspersed with all these inner galleries. But there's no obvious signs to sort of indicate anything except for obviously what we saw, which was the plant room. And obviously our 3 entrance points. So again, at least map-wise that's right. We've still got to go through here though, because well, that's where we came out. because I saw a generator on the first one. So I'm pretty sure the far end one, the one that we've come through, is the more modern part. Wow, yeah, look at this. Look at all these generator plimps. Oh, I see. So I know what we're doing now. So that comes through here, comes through there, and obviously we've just seen the generator, so I don't need to walk through there. But these are our generator plinths. Look at the size of those. Oh, that is some hardcore stuff that would have gone down here, I tell you. Clearly they've tried to keep this going so the roof doesn't collapse. Can you see that? Well, look at that. And there's the steel door that we passed when we first entered. Looking down, and this is what we saw, this plinth here. Somebody's been cooking, maybe eggs. Weird. So like I said, I won't be the first person, I won't be the last person to probably ever explore this place. But I really hope it's given you a great documentation of it. More importantly, it's given you that some history because of how vague it actually is. And I know that in due time there will be more secrets to be revealed in a place like this. There we go. So, as I depart this incredible place, I just want to say, because history matters, thank you so much for your love, kindness and support, and feel free to spread the word of the channel. Much love to all of you out there, and in the immortal words of Phoenix history, I'll see you all very soon. Wasn't that special? Take care everybody, see you for now, bye. So I just want to point out a couple of other things as a bit of a bonus video, but what you can see here are a couple of what they reckon would have been utility sheds for the underground bunker. So let's just have a quick look. Apparently they are dated around that time. So yeah, a couple of little storage places or utility sheds. There you go, nice little bit of a bonus. We're going to find something else, so stay with me. So the final bit of history that I want to show you, I think is probably, I wouldn't say it's the best bit of history here, but it definitely just ties it all in. Because before you would have entered, you would have had to have come to this, or you would have encountered this. And it's a strange building, seemingly in the middle of nowhere, but we'll keep looking and it will slowly reveal its secrets. And some of you might be screaming at me going, oh, I know what this is already. But this, which is rare, was the guardhouse associated with the bunker. Isn't that amazing? The actual guardhouse. Oh, how cool is that? It's a bit dark. Why do I always put my torches away at the wrong possible moment, even though I knew that I was coming here? I'll switch this one on. Prime viewing, everybody. So this, there you go, that's pretty, that'll do. That's our guardhouse. Oh dear, it's a smelly one, stinky. Wow. Look at that. Now, as a bit of history goes to expand on this, isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? Because like I said, most people will do the bunker and they'll do all that kind of thing, getting eaten alive, so it won't be too long. But they forget that you saw the utility sheds and the guardhouse still here. Isn't that incredible? For a bit of history, and I wonder how many people actually knew about this. That's what it's labelled as a guardhouse. So, but we know that regardless, it's in situ with the bunker, and that's special. Oh, that just really just caps it off, doesn't it? Isn't that just amazing? Really just encompasses the fact of how much I always say, like, you know, history is just incredible, isn't it? And we, like I said, even though places like this have been documented before, I've not done it for my channel. What else was I going to say? Please, I would kindly ask you, I'm not going to obviously give away location of this place, and please don't feel free, don't put in the comments below because I'll just delete it. It's not me being rude or anything, but like, this is a historical documentation channel, and obviously I encourage you all the time to go out and explore, but do it for yourselves. And for me, like I said, this is just because I love history and I want to document it for me as best as possible, for me and for all of you to enjoy out there as best as possible as well, so we get a good mix. But please be respectful and don't ask. And if you do know it, if you do know the location of it, more importantly, please keep it to yourself. It'd really mean a lot to me. And that's it, really. Like I said, it's not coming from a place of possession. I'm not saying I own it, I don't. I just feel like a place like that, it's only a matter of time before it collapses anyway. You saw the chalk fall eventually. We've seen it with deep shelters and bunkers of this nature before, especially when they're standing on mountains and mountains of chalk. But the fact is that a place like that hasn't got long left, really, in the scheme of things. And so that if we can do the best job out there as possible with documenting it, and you can sit down having your cup of tea and biscuits and enjoying watching it, then that's fantastic, and we can discuss it. That's really it, isn't it? Because we're history lovers. I'm hoping that most of you out there are pure history lovers, and you do it for the love of history. But that's it. So there you go. Thank you so much again. And yeah, see you later.